Peter Obi will not make a good president. Omeje. Anambra State, under Obi as governor, lacked basic infrastructure, including an airport, even though people from the state rank high when it's come to air passengers traffic. One thing you cannot take away from philosophers is that they are most idealist and less realistic. As a philosopher, Obi will impress you any day off the pitch, but on the pitch, he lacks the strategy to deliver on the job. Well, it's like some people, I should say, as they know what will happen when people are in position. In the last couple of years, there has been clamor on various media platforms about former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, being the Messiah Nigerians have been looking for to lead the country to El Dorado. Being a student of politics, one thing I have realized is that Nigerians are forgetful, easily swayed, and fall cheaply to spiral silence theory. The media has shaped Obi as a trustworthy leader with brilliant economic acumen, the type of leader that Nigeria actually needs at this point in time. But it is important that this question is answered. Is Obi truly the type of leader or the media defines him to be? To me, the answer is no. Obi is far from being the leader the media defines him as. I think the media has been too kind to him, and this over the years has helped to cover his incompetencies and arrogance. As a governor, one will have thought that a man with his level of exposure will do wonders, but the reverse was the case. Anambra State, under his leadership, was not in the top 3 states in terms of internal generated revenue. His supporters have touted how he built infrastructure and left millions of dollars in the state account. My question is, what signature infrastructural project that has added a significant value to the state can he point to that he built? Is it one thing to be frugal and use resources within your latitude for the purposes it is meant for, and another not frugal but understand prudent management of resources? Obi was frugal quite all right while in office as governor of Anambra State, but did he use the resources at his disposal to address the challenges of the state? This is a question that I think the answer is there for everybody to see. Anambra State, under Obi as governor, lacked the basic infrastructure, including an airport, even though people from the state rank high when it comes to air passengers traffic. One thing you cannot take away from philosophers is that they are more idealist and less realistic. As a philosopher, Obi will impress you, but he will not be able to deliver the job. I came in contact with him in January 2019 in the service of the late father of the former governor of Ogun State. That was the build up to the 2019 general election, in which he was the running mate to the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. After the service, guests were asked to move to Daniel's compound, which is just about 3 meters a walk distance from the church. Right at the compound, I was to go and check on my former boss, who was at reception hall where guests were being entertained. I walked towards the entrance of the reception hall when I saw Obi and 2 men walking down the aisle. I was taken. On approaching me, one of them pushed me violently to the side and yelled, "Can't you see that the vice president is passing?" My uncle almost get twisted while I staggered to avoid a free fall, but unfortunately I still fell. To my chagrin, Obi did not even blink an eye at me or caution his overzealous boys. He just walked brisk past me without uttering a word. Obi is not only shredded arrogant, he's also full of himself. In my view, such a man will make a bad president. One of the hallmarks of leadership is the ability to sympathize and empathize with people. We all saw the American President Joe Biden kneel down before the daughter of late George Floyd last year to apologize for the wrong done to his father by the police. To make Nigeria a better country, we must eschew sentiment and ethnic parochialism and say the truth no matter whose us is God. I am an Igbo man, same as Obi, but I would not support his candidacy because he has not proven to me that he has what it takes to lead Nigeria to where it ought to be. I hope you are not doing this because of personal encounter. I think the whole noise about his candidacy is media-driven and it lacks substance. We must play down an ethnic connection to get the country working. Nigeria does not only need a leader who is young, highly educated, smart, and knowledge-driven. The country also needs a leader who is sympathetic and nothing close to arrogant as president. It is high time we raise the bar and stop using the failure of the current cross of leader as yardsticks to determine who the caps fit. This was from Ikenna Omeje. Well, that is Ikenna stating his own experience and the way he perceived Peter Obi presidency come 2023. What is your own opinion? He has said his own, and everybody has their opinion about each of the presidential candidates. This is coming for Obi. What is your opinion about him? Honestly, as a nation, what should we be looking out for? What should we be asking? Is it because we are tired of those other political parties and we see him as a fresh air? Is that why everybody is clamoring for him? Will that bring the solution that we desire to us as a nation by his candidacy or by his presidency? Kindly make your own opinion to know as you subscribe to my page. Thank you, good day, and God bless.